Hi there, I will look to do a more detailed video of this material, of these prophetic dreams, in the near future, potentially. I'm not sure if I'll end up doing it, but I just need to get this out there now, regardless of whether that happens or not. But there's a lot going on for me right now. It's hard for me to make detailed videos, but I need to get these action items which I was given associated with these prophetic dreams out now. So here goes. I've had a series of dreams in the past 4 months about economic collapse, terrorist attacks, and famine. And to go through it all, the detail would take a little bit more time, and more time than I have right now, and energy than I have available. But many other people have had dreams about these things. I have been told and shown these things are coming soon. I will say what I was shown in the dream about famine. I was told that what's coming very soon, I think it was saying the Holy Spirit. I didn't get given a time, but the feeling I got was we're moving into this next year and the next 2 or 3 years. So I got told there are going to be massive droughts globally, and this will lead to food shortages, this will lead to widespread crop failure, and this will lead to famine all over the planet, including in developed countries. And I was shown that people should, very simple, buy emergency supplies of food to prepare for this. And I was also critically shown that that investments in precious metals, physical gold and silver, will help to protect you when these times come, because the price of food is going to explode, and you can't eat gold and silver. But you also need, that's why you need the food, because, gold and silver, it's good, but you can't eat them. And the emergency food's good, but you also need to protect your wealth so you can move around. So I would really honestly look into buying a ton of emergency food and putting a lot of money into gold and silver, physical. And I'll just go over my previous prepping videos about this. I have tons of information and links in the description boxes to those videos, but yeah, I don't want to say too much because I don't want to spoon feed people, but I will put a couple of links in the description box to get you started. So one is a video from the channel goldsilver.com, which explains how inflation works, and this explains the hyperinflation we're now moving into. This will help you to understand how, if you keep your money in your country's national currency, the New Zealand dollar, the Canadian dollar, the US dollar, Australian dollar, the English pound, the euro, you're basically going to lose everything. So I look at moving into hard assets. That said, that's not the primary purpose of this channel. That's kind of like a separate, it's better left to the experts. So have a look at that video from Mike Maloney entitled The Greatest Secret in the History of Mankind that explains inflation. And goldsilver.com, I've dealt with them in the past. They were really good. I had no issues. I had really good experiences. There's other people you could buy gold and silver from, but you need to do your own research on that, and that is your responsibility. Do a lot of research before you dive in. And I have a lot of tips there, but I'm not an expert, so I'm not the person to give that information. So I'll kind of hand you over to the experts in the description box below. Check out goldsilver.com as well. I'll put a link to their website. I'm also going to put a link in the description box to 2 examples of companies which provide the kind of emergency food that I was shown people should look into purchasing. And there's other companies that you can buy physical gold and silver off. But if you look on Trustpilot, goldsilver.com has a good rating. So yeah, just be cautious and careful. But to avoid danger, but the most dangerous thing you can do is to be so cautious and careful you never do anything and you don't take any action, in which case you'll be screwed in the near future. So, obviously you're responsible for your own decisions. I'm just going to leave it there. There's more to talk about. I was also shown 2 other actions people can take. No, sorry. There was one other action that God showed me via the Holy Spirit in these prophetic dreams that people can take to protect themselves against the stuff that's coming in the near future, but it's not as urgent and pressing. Yeah, the key takeaway here is that it was shown there's massive famines globally coming, and colossal economic crises in the Western countries coming quite soon, and other people have been shown both of these things. A lot of other people have been shown these things in prophetic dreams, so I strongly urge and advise you guys to look into taking those 2 protective measures to protect yourselves. Ultimately, in my view, the best protective measure you can have, I think you should have all 3 of these, is beyond buying physical precious metals and emergency food, is to have a second passport in one of these quote safe zone countries. And again, it's your responsibility when you look into it, but I've been told Chile, Ecuador and Argentina will all be safe bets. And yeah, and so in summary, top 3 actions I could recommend at this stage based on the information I've been given from God via the Holy Spirit and prophetic dreams, to prepare for the economic collapse, the famines, and World War III as these events unfold in succession in the next 5 to 10 years. 1, buy a whole bunch of emergency food. 2, buy physical precious metals, gold and silver, to protect your wealth. And 3, have relocation plans ready. And I'll also just give a quick reminder, I have been shown, even if you stay in your country, when the war happens, that rural areas will be a lot safer than cities. So if you do decide to stay in your country, and shown this quite a few times, try to get out of cities. But the safest place you can be is in one of these safe zone countries. And as I said, Chile, Ecuador, Argentina are 3 that I've been given. There will be others in South America and in Africa, but I don't know specifically what those are yet, so I'm not going to comment on that at this stage. So I hope that helps. Have a look at the links in the description box, and please try to make some effort to get prepared, because the storm is coming. So this is the time to batten down the hatches and lock everything down before, this thermonuclear bomb of a hurricane storm punches us all in the face.